Hello, beautiful and sexy people. Today we're going to do a decoupage on this dresser. You're going to need some paint stripper, some paint. We kind of use the tape, but not too much. Mostly you're going to need is pictures, whatever kind of pictures you want. It doesn't matter what you print them on. It doesn't matter what kind of ink you use. Always do a test area first is my recommendation. Just to make sure that it doesn't bleed. In my other ones that I've done, I haven't had any major bleeding issues. The only thing I would say is I did learn that with the thinner, just regular copy paper, the lighter colors, if there's something underneath it, you'll see the image that's underneath it if there's white. You're going to want to disassemble your entire dresser, taking off all of the hinges and anything that isn't just the wood parts. This is my first time using this particular brand of stripper. I do not recommend it at all. There's another one that was on the shelf that we didn't end up getting, and it worked a bazillion times better on stripping the paint off of the rims of my boyfriend's car. And this, you had to like push. I waited 15 minutes here, and this was it. And it says to only wait 15 minutes. I ended up realizing like it should have just taken it all off really easily. The other brand did. It took it off in like, I think it was like 8 minutes. It took the paint off of my boyfriend's car's rims that we got. It was a used car. I don't know why they painted it. But anyways, so yeah, if you saw the brand, don't get this one. For the drawers, I ended up spraying down the drawers. Those I left on for almost an hour. And it did a better job. But you're only supposed to wait 15 minutes for this. So, que sera, sera, I suppose. It just took a little extra elbow grease, and if you don't mind a little extra elbow grease, that's totally fine. I sprayed mine down because I didn't know what else to do with it. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do or if that's really bad, but you know what? We're here. It happened. In the drawers, you can kind of see it in the beginning of the video. There's this gold trim on everything, and it was like caked on big time. That was a little bit of a hassle to get around all those nooks and crannies. Right here, I'm not going to go into too much detail on how I lined the bottom of the drawers. I have another video, I can send a link for that goes in much greater detail for it. But it is a nice added touch to the dressers. I do want to go back and do the walls. I only did the bottom of it. And then after all of that, I go through and before gluing anything, place what you want where you want it, especially with these little areas. Placement is kind of a big deal with that. You'll end up moving things and changing things and looking at it once it's all set out and you're like, okay, that looks good, but this doesn't. I'm going to move this. Be happy with where you have it. And be okay with it moving as you glue it. As you go through and do the gluing process, you have to glue the bottom one first and then move up from there. There's a more detailed video on how to decoupage and make sure that there's no bumps or anything, but I hope this was really helpful, and here's a couple links to the videos with greater detail.